let's talk numbers. $2 million a month. Or how about this one? $43 million in a year.
Pretty staggering figures.
Right. And apparently 4 million of that 43 came from just one single subscriber. We're talking OnlyFans earnings here. And look, if you're tuning in, chances are you're wondering, how you can get a bigger piece of that action. Or maybe just curious about what's even possible at the top end.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. We're going to really unpack the reality of OnlyFans earnings. We'll look at the recent news about Amouranth's reported income dip.
Right.
And also get into some expert insights on how creators can actually attract those, really high-paying subscribers.
The whales, as they call them.
The whales, yeah. And just quickly, for anyone who wants to jump straight into those strategies, there is a link in the description. It's got detailed info on attracting the big spenders to your page.
Good to know. So, okay, let's start with Amouranth. She's kind of synonymous with huge OnlyFans success, right? But there was recent news, highlighted by a marketing expert, Butler Camlord, that her monthly earnings reportedly, well, they changed quite a bit. Her husband, Nick Lee, apparently mentioned on stream that her income dropped from, like you said, that crazy $2 million a month down to, well, still an incredible $1.2 million a month.
Yeah, and it's important to put that in perspective. I mean, yes, an $800,000 monthly drop sounds huge, and it is.
It definitely is.
But bringing in $1.2 million every single month, that's still absolutely phenomenal wealth. It just underscores the sheer earning potential that's possible on the platform.
True. So what are the theories behind this reported drop? The analysis we saw pointed to a couple of things. A big one seems to be back in 2022 when it came out she was married.
Ah, right. The revelation.
Yeah. The suggestion is that maybe hit some fans the wrong way, fans who were maybe invested in this idea of a more personal connection or the fantasy availability.
Well, that really touches on a core part of the platform's dynamic, doesn't it? For a lot of subscribers, especially the ones spending big money.
The whales again.
Exactly. For them, that perceived connection, that sense of a unique relationship, even if it's, purely online, that has real value. So when real life things like marriage come out, it can definitely disrupt that perception.
And there was other stuff too, right? The discussion mentioned other really public and kind of dramatic events, a home invasion, alleged disputes. It sounds intense.
Very. And the expert take on that was interesting. It suggested that maybe this constant stream of very public personal drama, it might actually be tiring for some fans.
How so?
Well, the thinking is subscribers often come to OnlyFans for a specific kind of experience, right? An escape, maybe an erotic escape, as they put it, and being constantly exposed to what was called marital black hole hellishness.
Wow, okay. Direct.
Very direct.
Yeah.
But it might just, detract from why they subscribed in the first place. It raises a point about what kind of persona really connects with those high-paying fans long term.
So authenticity is good, but maybe constant heavy drama pushes people away.
Potentially, yeah. It might shift the focus away from, the core fantasy or connection that brought them there.
Okay. But even with this reported dip, the bottom line is still, Amouranth has made an absolute fortune on OnlyFans.
Undeniably. Extraordinary success.
And her story, even the dip, it kind of leads us to this key thing for creators listening. These OnlyFans whales, the big spenders, they are real.
They absolutely are. And this is where it gets really relevant if you're aiming for those higher earning tiers.
Yeah.
You mentioned Sophie Rain earlier, reported $43 million in a year.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And that $4 million from one subscriber, I mean, that just perfectly illustrates the kind of impact these high value fans can have. It shows that focusing on the right subscriber can lead to, well, extraordinary results.
4 million from one person. It's still hard to wrap my head around. But this expert, Butler Camlord, he insists these big spenders aren't just like legends. They're a verifiable thing.
Right.
And he actually offers strategies for attracting them.
Right. And his angle is interesting. It's not just about, pumping out more explicit stuff. It's more about understanding why these high spenders are spending. What are their underlying motivations?
Okay. Like what?
He suggests that for many of them, OnlyFans is filling needs that go beyond just the visual content. It might be tapping into feelings of loneliness, a desire for some kind of emotional connection.
Okay, emotional connection. Let's dig into that, because for creators making, primarily explicit content, how does that translate? How do you foster emotional connection to attract big spenders?
Yeah, it's a good question. The core idea is delivering what's often called a girlfriend experience online. Now, let's be clear.
This isn't about real life.
Absolutely not. No physical meetups, no blurring those real-world boundaries. It's about dedicating your time and personalize attention within the platform to the subscribers who are financially supporting you the most.
So more interaction with the top spenders.
Exactly. Engaging in chats, maybe responding to specific requests within your boundaries, of course, making them feel seen, valued. It's about building that stronger bond with these specific fans, which makes them, more likely to continue spending and spend more. Think of it like nurturing your VIP clients.
That makes a lot of sense, like loyalty building.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? Any other advice on actually finding these whales? Where are they?
Well, he really stresses knowing where these high-spending individuals hang out online. So instead of just like blasting promotion everywhere.
This scattergut approach.
Right. Instead of that, focus your efforts, find the specific platforms, the online communities where these types of individuals are known to be. It's much more targeted.
Quality over quantity then.
Precisely. Getting tons of traffic to your page doesn't automatically mean big spending. It's about attracting the right kind of subscriber. And for anyone listening who wants the nitty-gritty on where to find them and how to connect, again, check out that link in the description. It goes deeper into that.
Okay, so targeted attractions, not just hoping they stumble across you.
Exactly. And another powerful tool for building that strong connection, especially with wealthier fans, according to the expert, is connecting through shared interests, specifically fetishes.
Ah, okay, so niche content.
Kind of. When you cater to specific, maybe niche interests and create content tailored to those desires, it can forge a really deep bond. It makes the experience feel much more personal, more tailored to them, which can encourage more significant spending. It all comes back to that personalized fantasy fulfillment, purely online.
And this all seems to tie into something called the Uber fans method. What's that about?
Yeah, so Butler Kamler, the expert we've mentioned, he really champions this method. The core idea is simple, really. Prioritize attracting and really cultivating a smaller, highly engaged group of these Uber fans.
The big spenders, the whales?
Exactly. Focus on them rather than trying to get, a massive general following through huge social media pushes everywhere.
So you don't necessarily need millions of followers on Instagram or TikTok.
According to this method, no. It allows creators to potentially achieve really substantial income without needing that kind of massive, broad online visibility. It's about high revenue from a dedicated core group, not tiny amounts from a huge casual crowd.
Right, okay. So wrapping this up, a main takeaway for creators listening seems to be, well, income can definitely fluctuate. We saw that with the Amouranth example, even at the very top.
Fluctuations happen.
But the potential for really significant earnings on OnlyFans is absolutely real. And a huge driver of that seems to be attracting and, crucially, nurturing these whale subscribers, the ones often looking for more than just content, seeking that personalized connection.
That sums it up well. And yeah, one last time, if you want the actionable strategies, the how-to on finding and engaging these fans, the link with more details is right there in the description.
Definitely check that out if this is your goal.
And maybe that leads to a final thought for you to consider, beyond just OnlyFans. For any creator, really. How might shifting your focus maybe away from just chasing huge audience numbers toward building deeper, more meaningful connections with a smaller, more targeted segment? How could that unlock greater earning potential and maybe even a more sustainable path long term?
Something to think about. Building deeper, not just wider.
Exactly. Food for thought.